Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. Let's just dive in. And let's start off with this tweet here. So I actually quoted Ripple because, or I should say Brad Garlinghouse, talking about the recent Ripple acquisition, because I think that this is huge. Listen, this week has been very exciting for anyone that is holding XRP and has been following what Ripple has been doing around crypto as well. We know that Ripple is focused on, crypto liquidity as well as crypto custody, and they have been for so long. And now we are starting to see the bigger picture be painted for us. And I've talked about why everyone should be paying attention to institutional grade custody as well as adoption, because this is going to be a trend that continues to, become a big deal continuously going into the future. Because as we look at institutions, they want to get behind the big money as well. We hit a $3 trillion market cap. Do you honestly think that that was the top for crypto? Absolutely not. And as we look at this, right, I said it, pay attention to what BlackRock is doing, Fidelity, JP Morgan. All of these institutions are trying to push for crypto custody. Even recently, we talked about NASDAQ, right? We talked about this like clockwork. NASDAQ set to launch crypto custody services by the end of June. And we talked about this a little bit with what was actually happening around Ripple as well. We thought it was very interesting that this was coming out at the same time that Ripple was predicting that they would win the lawsuit, or at least that we will see summary judgment. So we kind of speculated a little bit, but it seems like, with all of what we're seeing around crypto, especially even the US government trying to crack down on crypto exchanges, it seems as though they're feeding this entire industry to institutions. Now, if you could get behind those companies and even, some of the projects that will be custody to the institutional grade sector and even get in before that happens, that's going to be a huge win for you. But I did say here, people are still blind to the overall idea Ripple has for crypto. They want to be the infrastructure for banks, enterprises, fintechs, etc. Around crypto. This is a big deal. I said, I also think this is very bullish for the XRP ledger and XRP, as it probably gets exposed to these big names. And yes, from Brad Garlinghouse, we do see thrilled to welcome Medico and CEO Adrian Trisani, I hope that I'm saying that name right, to Ripple. As Ripple expands into custody, a key part of crypto infrastructure, will be able to support customers with the technology to custody, issue, send, and settle any type of tokenized asset. This is massive. When you see Ripple and Medico already share a focus on enterprise utility, regulatory compliance, and a global first mindset that will help us deliver the best possible experience to our institutional customer base around the world. Coming out of one of the coldest crypto winters yet, I'm incredibly bullish about Ripple's trajectory. Every day we're thinking about the long-term opportunity of crypto utility, putting our money/minds behind that mission and partnering with folks who share that vision. And we did see a few individuals actually talk about this. Monica Long, one of the leaders behind Ripple. We do see with our acquisition of Medico, Ripple is diving headfirst into the global institutional custody market and adding another key capability to our crypto native infrastructure services, along with payments, liquidity, and tokenization. All of this is why we have been focused on what Ripple is doing for so long. I've seen so many people just talk down on XRP and talk down on Ripple as a company. But as you do look at what Ripple has been doing for so long, they chose XRP, they chose to utilize XRP. And even if it's not just XRP, because I know that everyone wants to just center everything on XRP itself, we are seeing Ripple becoming a pioneer around crypto and crypto institutional adoption. So if you think about how big of a role Ripple's playing, I very much so think everyone should pay attention to what Ripple is doing around crypto, because I do think that, like I said, it will benefit XRP and the XRP ledger, because this is also going to be, exposed to these big giants. And we did see an article get posted about this over here, and we do see that the institutional crypto custody market is projected to reach an extraordinary $10 trillion by 2030. That's a huge deal. So everyone should be focused on this. And they even do say down here, Meanwhile, big names in the financial industry are showing increasing interest in the crypto custody market. BNY Mellon currently offers digital asset custody for asset managers in the US, and NASDAQ has announced plans to launch crypto custody services for Bitcoin and Ethereum by Q2 of 2023. And we know that BlackRock is in on crypto custody as well. There's a few other names, but we do see Medico's flagship product, Harmonize, is designed to provide institutions with secure and mission-critical custody infrastructure. The solution is used by some of the world's largest global custodians, banks, financial institutions, and corporations, Ripple states. The thing that I think is very interesting about all of this, though, is how much of the supply of crypto will be locked away on institutions' platforms. Like, this is going to be pretty interesting to watch unfold, but I do think that's right on par with what the US government wants to do. And, I'd rather, I will say this, like, I'd rather invest into products through Ripple than through like BNY Mellon and all these other institutions. So, I think that's great that Ripple is taking the leap here, because it's right on par with what I've been saying. Like, I don't believe that crypto exchanges are going to be, the big winners coming out of 2023. I'm just going to say that, because I don't think that crypto exchanges are going to be around for much longer. I think that, we will see a lot of the custodian area shifting towards institutions. And we do see over here Ripple takes on the crypto custody market with Medico. This was the overall announcement. So we do see the growing institutional crypto custody market is expected to reach a staggering $10 trillion by 2030. And we do see custody as a key facet of the infrastructure required for enterprise crypto services. And recent research conducted by Ripple shows that most global finance leaders at financial institutions and enterprises have plans to use crypto custody solutions in their business within the next 3 years, primarily through a third-party provider. So, if we're really kind of looking at this, like, institutional grade adoptions here, it's already happening. A lot of people want to, speculate all day long, but we are seeing institutions getting extremely bullish about crypto, and we are still seeing retail fighting over which crypto asset is the best. Like, it's kind of ridiculous when I see institutions just jumping headfirst into this market and seeing the value of almost all. I don't want to say all of them, obviously, because, like, listen, there's 20,000 plus projects. We know like 1% of that, maybe even, it's hard to say, like 0.10% maybe. So like 99% of this market is complete garbage. And then you actually have those utility gems. And, XRP to me is going to be a long-term winner, whether people like it or not. I do think that XRP is here to stay. And I think that the power and the potential behind XRP and the XRP ledger is going to be utilized for the next, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years. So if we're actually looking at this market, I think that we are getting closer and closer and closer to the major purge behind crypto, which will be, purging out all of the garbage, and we will see, the real ones shine greatly. But we do see Medico is a proven leader in institutional digital asset custody with an exceptional executive bench and a truly unmatched customer track record. Through the strength of our balance sheet and financial position, Ripple will continue pressing our advantage in the areas critical to crypto infrastructure. Bringing on Medico is monumental for our growing product suite and expanding global footprint. We do see the evolution of crypto solutions for businesses. Ripple's 10-plus year history addressing multi-trillion-dollar pain points, utilizing blockchain and cryptocurrency, and solving the hardest problems for enterprise customers has enabled the company to grow and expand. From cross-border payments and CBDCs to liquidity management and tokenization, Ripple product and solution offerings and global network of partners and customers continue to innovate and evolve. Enabling customers to custody, issue, and settle these tokenized assets is a natural step or next step in both the company's and the industry's evolution. And what's wild about all of this is I don't think people realize just how big of a market this actually is in terms of like tokenization and things like that. Like, we look at NASDAQ getting in on crypto custody services, right? We know that the global equity markets is worth $100 trillion plus. Imagine tokenizing the stock market, right? Like, imagine how crazy that would be, but it is a reality. Because as you do tokenize things, like, we do see liquidity grow and expand. We see it become extremely strong. And also like fractionalized ownership, and there's so many benefits of tokenization. Like, to me personally, like, this is why I say like crypto will be a $100 trillion plus market. And it's not if, it's when, because it's all going to take time. But things like this really kind of launch us into the future a little bit more and more and more as we do continue to grow. And I think that this is great. I think that, these announcements is what people should be looking at. And we even do see down here, like, what's next for crypto custody. It's going to be centered out on the big financial names. And whether or not you want to get behind this, it doesn't really matter, because we are going to continue to see this grow and grow and grow. And it's only a matter of time until we start to see, crypto become a spotlighted asset on these institutional grade names and overall on their balance sheet too. So it's very exciting. It's a very exciting time. And as we do look at Medico, they are a very large giant around institutional grade adoption. For an example, we do see some of the names behind this, like Citi. I mean, like, so many banks here. DBS is one that we've been focused on around crypto as well. They have been in on the game. They partnered with Hedera, I'm pretty sure. I think that they are... I don't think that they are a GC, but I do know that they are working with them. I might be wrong on that. I think that they might be a GC. I haven't really looked at the GC in a while, but there's a lot of banks here as well. And again, like, this is why Medico is such a big name. And when we look at the About section over here, the foundation for institutional digital assets, Medico provides the core infrastructure and expertise enabling institutions to thrive in the digital asset economy. 100 plus employees enabling clients and partners across the globe. 15 plus countries where our clients are headquartered, 6 out of the top 10 global custodians engaging with us on strategic technology projects. And you can read a little bit more about them, but basically they are really kind of focused on the Web3 economy. Again, remember, the future is Web3, but we do see from asset agnostic custody and trading to tokenization, staking, and smart contract management, the platform seamlessly connects institutions to the broad universe of decentralized finance and Web3 decentralized applications. Medico has established itself as the institutional standard for digital asset infrastructure, trusted by the world's largest global custodians, banks, regulated exchanges, and corporates. Its software and technology solutions enable institutions to store, trade, issue, and manage any type of digital asset, such as crypto and digital currencies, digital securities, non-fungible tokens, with the highest possible security and agility. So yeah, this is a big deal. And what's even crazier about all of this is that I think a lot of people forget that there's already a lot of institutional grade custody and adoption behind XRP already. Even if you look back in time, a few names that come up is like PolySign, right? PolySign is a huge one. They are the parent company of Standard Custody, which we will talk a little bit about here in a second. So I did see an interesting post from Anderson over on Twitter. We do see, I just had a thought. Just imagine 2 successful entities constructed largely by the same 2 great minds utilized XRP in different ways, not really related to each other. What a powerful force that could be. And here we have, is Medico in competition with PolySign/Standard Custody? Maybe Joel Katz can share a few thoughts. But you see, to some extent, yes, they're not exact competitors, because SC is a custodian and Medico is a technology provider. A Ripple/PolySign deal wasn't as good a fit because PolySign's roadmap leads in different direction from Ripple's. But again, like, as we do look at all of this, like, it's complementary, right? Like, we are seeing a lot of institutional grade adoption growing. And I do think some of the largest names like PolySign with Standard Custody combined with Medico, this is huge. Like, we are going to see a lot of this market, pushing towards institutions. And it's just that simple. Like, listen, you can't have a thriving market like this without having institutions being a part of it. They want to get behind the big money as well. They see the big money here, but PolySign has been a company that we've been focused on for a while. There's not much information on their website, but they are focused on institutional grade adoption as well. And, they are this is like some of the biggest names around what we've been looking at with XRP as well in the past. Like, PolySign has been one. If you have been around for a while, then you know about PolySign, because this is one of the most mysterious companies out there, but it really is focused on institutions in terms of securing and even transacting within the digital asset space. And then also Standard Custody, right? If you look at Standard Custody, they are another institutional grade digital asset custody solution. And if you actually look at their About section, you can read all about them if you want. I do think that all of this, when you look at the names behind some of these players, like, all of this is centered out on the future around blockchain technology and crypto technology, because the leaders behind some of these companies are ones that have been pioneers around the digital asset and crypto space anyways. So as we do really kind of look at what's happening, it's very simple. It's very simple to see, everything coming together here. It's all focused on what the US government has been doing. why you are seeing exchanges being targeted. It's because they want Wall Street to be the pioneers behind crypto custody, and really being the ones offering crypto to the general public, because again, it's very simple, right? Like, they want to eat. It's why Coinbase was targeted. It's why Gemini was targeted. It's why, Bittrex was targeted. It's very simple. So with all that in mind, I do think that this is huge. I think that this is massive for the space. I think that it's great for XRP and the XRP ledger, like I said, because again, we will be exposed to this. But with all that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. That's been Nick. Peace out, guys.